So let's start our recording first. So okay, good morning, good evening, all. So we will discuss charts in Excel this today. So we already discussed how to do charts in Word. So it's all same, so nothing different. But let's just to recap and just to see how to do in Excel. We can have a session today. So and we'll also discuss a bit about a bit advanced topic on charts also today. So charts is easy to do in Excel. So it's pretty much same as we do in Word. So let me first open my Excel. Okay. So let's create a blank workbook first. Then we'll start creating our data. So charts, it's nothing but a visual representation of the data. So we have some data in a specific format. We can see it as a visual representation. So using a visual representation, we'll have a I mean it as you say. So it's easy to decipher the information when it is displayed visually. So that's the purpose of having charts. So using charts, we can analyze trends and patterns in data. So this is about charts. Okay. So let's create a data table first. So we'll say item. So we'll create a chart on how much items have been sold on each year. So 2013, 2012, 2014, and 2015. Okay. So let's create a chart of desktop computers. Then we'll say laptops. Then we'll say monitors. Then we'll say so let's assume we are running a tech a sales shop, and we are selling all these items. So and we assume certain things. So we assume that we have sold 45 laptops, desktop computers in 2012, and something on laptops, monitors 56. So we'll give random numbers for everything. We are filling up the data. So we have a shop that sells all these items, and we have a data on how much items have been sold on each year. So we have 2012, 2013, 2014, and 2015. So we are sold. So we have this table. So and just to make things look better, we'll have a background. So background. Okay. So choose a background. Okay. So this is the data. So we have different types of charts. So we have a pie chart, we have bar charts, we have column charts, and there are a lot of types of charts available. So first, let's see how to create a simple chart, a simple bar chart, a basic example. So the columns contains the sales years, and the this column, this one has the items sold. So this are the sales volume. So how much uh, the quantity of items sold is displayed in this table. Okay, so we have anybody joining? Okay, still we don't have anybody. Okay. Um, so first step is to create a chart. First you have to highlight the data. So click on it and drag it and select the data. So this means we are highlighting the data. Then go to insert tab. Then we see a lot of charts. So insert a column or bar chart, insert waterfall, some advanced charts. So we'll first go on with the column chart. So click on this, click a 2D model, basic thing. So now you see a chart created. So yep, I think just hold on. First delete this chart. So select all the data. Mm, yeah, so this one looks better, right? So this is the actual chart. So last time it added these column as a data also. So this time it has a clear data. So we have 2012, 2013, 2014, and 2015. So we'll change it to 2015. So this is very simple. So this is how we create a chart in Excel. So that's it. So if you want to change the name of the chart, you can do it here. So chart name. So sales by yeah. Okay. So this is how we change the name of the chart. And yeah, so that's it. So any questions on this? How to create a chart? So this is a very basic example. So anything you want to ask me? Okay, okay. Then so in this chart, so the desktop computer. So you can see the colors map for each. So desktop computers has been sold for 45. You can see that. See it in the uh, see it in this box here. So it when you hover over the bar, you will have the data of each of the numbers. So even if you want to, so we can customize our data, or we can change the style of the charts by clicking on this uh, ribbon here. So also if you want to change the chart type, you can click here, and if you want to change it to a pie chart, you can do this. So click on it, click OK. It changes to a pie chart. So these are all different layouts. See, so chart title. So let's talk about how to manage those charts, how to present it in a. So we'll discuss about the different options available on this ribbon. Okay, so we chose above chart. So it is the title of the chart is displayed above. So if you want to center overlay, it will be displayed. So it's a different formatting and a different placement of the chart. So chart title, there are different options here. Why it's nothing now? Chart title, more title options. I don't know why more is not open. Okay. So we'll put it back to above chat. So let's talk about labels. Okay. So this one tells you where to place the labels. So labels are nothing but these information. So the quantity or the measurement or the quantity of the chart. So so this one places things outside. So something like this. So legends, so is nothing but the data. So which color represents which data. So all this information is now present at the bottom. So if you want to present at left, top, right, or none. So if you don't want those legends, you can switch it off. So we'll place it at the right. Okay. So similarly, we have so many options here, and so there's a quick layout also. So it's kind of an combination of all these things. So it combines chart title, all these things. So all these things are combined into a separate theme kind of a thing, and we have different layouts. So here you can see the layout information. So here the chart title, they have mentioned it at the, I mean, I think the default is at the top. So legend is at the right. You can see it at the right, right? And the percentage data is best fit, so it displays outside. Similarly, you will have different themes for this. So this one has legends, so this one doesn't have legends and chart title. This the layout 4. So you can choose any layouts, predefined layouts using this quick layout options. Okay, so even and then we'll talk about color representation for each data. So now we can choose a different combination of colors. So if you see here, so there are different color panels, and you can opt to choose any combination of colors. So each color is being assigned for each different types of items. So desktop, laptops, monitors, and everything will have a different. I mean, every year has a different set of colors. So we chose one. So this is how you can change colors here. Then select data. So select data, you know this. So you can opt to hide some years also. We can do it. So if you don't want to display 2013, we can check it out and click OK. You can see 2013 data is not being displayed. So it just displays year for 2012, 2014, and 2015. So we have hidden uh, the sales data for 2030 by using the select data option. So if you want to enable it again, you can click on this and it's okay. So if you want to choose, I mean, if you don't want to choose monitors, click OK. It won't display the data for monitors also, but it displays the see if you here you don't see the value for monitors here. So yeah. Go to column transparent. So select data. If you don't want to display monitors, it's going to hide monitors here. So it doesn't display monitors. It displays data of desktop computers, laptops, and printers alone. So if you want to enable monitors back, you can choose monitors. Click OK. It will display the data for monitors also. Yeah. Yeah, that's about charts. even if you want to move the charts to a separate sheet, we can do that. So let's say it's in sheet 1 right now. So if you want, if you create a sheet 2 and you want to move the chart to sheet 2, you can do it. Click OK. You can see the chart move to the next sheet. So using move chart option. So now the table is in chart sheet 1 and the chart is in sheet 2. So we use the move option to move the chart from the sheet 1 to sheet 2. So if you want to move it back to the same sheet, click on this chart, go to design, move chart, and you can again select sheet 1 and click OK. It will be displayed to the new, the old place, sheet 1. So yeah, this is about charts. So any questions in this? So Zahek or Rangovan, if you want me, do you want me to explain it again? Any doubts in this?
No need, thank you, sir. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I understand, sir.
You understand, right? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So you can see all these options here. So pattern fill, automatic. So these are all just to display the charts in different uh, colors as we should. So you can choose all those colors, different patterns. All these can
Yeah,
be
yeah.
selected using this fill option.
Okay, sir.
And if you want to select a border or border is this thing. So the border of the charts, right? So solid line. So you can see it see a minor difference on these borders if you select all those things. So that's it about borders. So these are all advanced options. If you want, you can dig in and you can just see those things. So this is one thing. So size. If you want to increase the size of the chart, you can do it. So click on this thing. Width, you can do it. Or else you can do it using this uh, drag points also. So if you want to increase the chart area, you can use this option. So drag points to increase the chart area. If you want to
Oh,
minimize it, you can do it using this option.
okay.
Yeah. So yep. So this is about charts. So, okay. What else we have? These are all nothing to worry about. Yep. So okay. So then we'll see another example of a chart with some advanced, complex functionality. So we'll see how to see a data. In a single data, we can have multiple types of charts. So, for example, we can have a bar chart and uh, another chart in the same chart example. So, I think it would be better to explain it. You will understand it better. So, we'll have a bar chart and a line chart in the same chart. Okay. So, okay, let's start with the data first. So, let's have this data. So we have articles published. And we have visitors. So let's assume we are running in a website. Okay. So some website like the Hindu newspaper or some Tamil newspaper or English Weekly Express, any website that runs that runs on on a server, and we and each paper will have different types of articles. So an Hindu newspaper can have many articles. So we'll calculate the number of articles published per month and the number of visitors who have read the article. So that means, so let's say I put some articles on the election 2021. So we can say, so let's say there's an article on election or election on different states. So and we can see how many people have read the articles in this column. So let's say February, March, okay, April, May, June, okay. So let's say June month they have published around 30 articles. Sorry, 20 articles. Then February they have published 35 articles. 23, let's say 34, 27, and so we are assuming that on each month we have the Hindu newspaper they have published around 20, 35 and 23. Some number of articles on each month, and the site visitors. So let's assume they 345 people have read January's articles. So which whatever articles are published, there are around 20 articles published on January, and they have 345 readers have read the article. So then we'll give random numbers for other charts, other months also. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So now what we are doing is we are doing a basic column chart. So what are the steps? So first maybe we'll give some background. Okay. So we'll light background. Okay. And do some column. Okay. So now create a basic chart for this. So again, the same steps to create a chart. So basic column chart we are creating. Click. Select data. What happened? So we forgot to choose to highlight the. So that's the reason we are not able to create the chart. So we forgot to highlight the data. So first we have to highlight the data, then go to insert, and then we click on chart. Okay, so now we can see some data. So the last time we made a mistake that we didn't highlight the chart. So now we want to display. So this site visitors count, right? So we want to display it in another format. Okay. So yeah, so what we'll do is click on this. Simply click on this site visitors. So now we want to change it to a line chart instead of a bar chart. So click on this and select change type and go to line chart and click on this one. Click OK. Sorry, I missed a step. Okay. So click on this, change chart type, and go to combo. And now, so this is a step. This is the place where you're going to combine different types of charts. So use the combo option. Okay. So for the articles published, we have given a clustered column type, and for site visitors, we have also selected a clustered column. So for site visitor, we are going to change it to a line chart. Okay, choose one of the line charts present here. Click on line and click OK. So now you can see the data, right? You can see a line chart for the site visitors, and for articles published, we have a bar chart. The bar chart. So this is how you combine different types of charts in a single uh, in a single graph, single chart. We can have a combo of all those things. So if you want to display the data for the articles published also, we can here now we have a 0 100, but it is mapped to only I think articles published only, it's showing here, right? So if you want to display the numbers for this thing also, you can do it. So right click, go to design, change chart type, go to combo. So now you can see both the data. So now you can see the data for site visitors, that is in hundreds, and you can also see the Y chart for articles published also, right? So this one, right? This don't display. This one is for articles published, and this one, this Y-axis is for the site visitors. So this is how you combine two different types of charts in a single chart. Okay. So you got this. You got this. You understood all those things. So now we can go to add chart element. So we can so primary horizontal. So what do you say? So you can choose all those axes and all the other chart elements here. So if you want a chart title here, right, above or centered overlay, so all these different options can be used here. So okay, that's it on charts for this week. Any questions on charts, or you want me to explain it again? So let's go to the next topic today. Just hold on, I'll be back in a minute. Then we see how to create pivot tables in Excel. Okay. So pivot tables we can create. So using pivot tables, we can see analyze large amount of data. So and so we can create reports using pivot table. So this is a simple example, right? We will have a different very less number of data. Let's say we have a large data set with thousands of lines or thousands of thousands of records of information to be processed. We can use a pivot table, and we can have data like so for the we can have data like total figures or total number of minimum maximum so all information like it. So a lot of information can be got, and we can also have the maximum let's say maximum sales or maximum less number of sales. All this information can be processed using a pivot table. So so now we have to create a sample data first. So just hold on. First, so let's first try to create a table first. So we'll create pivot some data, order ID, pivot order category, amount, date. So we'll have let's say trade record. Then we'll have products. Sorry. Yeah. So category is vegetables. So carrot is a vegetable. Amount random only. So let's say 1 6 20. Then 7. We have this data so we have all this information. Okay. So now we are going to try to create a pivot table. So first you have to click on any single cell. So okay. So insert pivot table. So now we are going to select the table range. So now the table is selected. Then click OK. So choose whatever. Insert table and I cannot to see the top table information. I'm not sure why. see this thing. So I'm not sure why I'm not getting this. I'm just fixing that. Just hold on for some time. I'll check this. So now you can see how the data is displayed for every product. So bananas. So apples. You can see it's sold from Canada and France, and we can see the total amount as 3723. So the total number of bananas sold is from India and United States, and its total is 4410. So so these kind of information is pre-populated using pivot tables. So you can see bananas are sold in banana is sold in India, right? Yeah. India and United States. So India and United States sell bananas, and the total number of bananas sold is 4,000 something. So this kind of information, this kind of representation can be used using pivot tables. So so if you want to choose some of the data, if you want to display things using date, also we can do it. So once you select date, it shows. So if you see quarter two, so May month is quarter two. So the first 3 months are first 3 months of the year is quarter one, and second 3 months, January, February, March is quarter one. So and the May was lies in the second quarter. So October lies in the fourth quarter. So all this information can be you displayed using pivot tables. Yeah, if you want to remove country, we can remove country. So based on the column selection, so we can display different data using this table. So this table, the data is from this column, right? So any doubts in the pivot tables? It's nothing but you have to choose the data, and so the data will be displayed in this format automatically by Excel. So we don't have to do anything except that we have to select the data while you create a pivot table. So any doubts in this? So or let me create another pivot table again. Okay, go to insert uh, pivot table. So the data is selected already. So click OK, and the new sheet is selected. So now the pivot table fields are displayed. So now you have to choose what are the fields that needs to be displayed in the pivot table. So first we'll choose products, then we'll choose country, and to come out also we'll choose. So based on this, based on selection of data, you can see the data is classified as different formats. So based on the number of products, we can classify the data. So this is the purpose of having a pivot table. So any doubts in this? You want to ask anything again, or you want me to explain pivot tables again? to sort based on the alphabetical order, you can sort it. So click here and click on the pivot table on any of the columns or any of the cells. Right click on it and you can choose sort A to Z. So A comes C, B, C. Based on this alphabetical order, all the data is displayed. So sorting also can be done using pivot table. So now you want to filter something. Let's say you want to filter you want to show only bananas in the pivot table. So go to here, select keep only selected items. Okay, so it displays only apple. So right click, filter clear filter from product. So it displays all the tables. So if you want to choose one or more products, right click, filter, keep only selected items. So we chose apple, banana, beans. So all this information alone appears on the table. So we can clear the filters again. You go on to right click, filters, clear filter from product. So we are filtering based on the product and we have selected only those products using this option. So, so if you want, go to value feed setting. So if you want to display something like the count of all the data, or highest count or average. So you want to say something, do one. So if you want to display the sum, so sum is already displayed. Okay, so if you want to display some other information, let's say you want to display the max value. Okay, click on max. So now you can see the maximum of these two numbers. So the apples we have chosen to display only the maximum. So Canada and France are selling apples, but we want to display only the max value. So 3667 is the maximum number of apples sold on one particular country. So now based on this option, we chose to select only the maximum count. So we are displaying 3667 instead of the total count. So yeah. So if you want to choose the minimum, it will display 56. So 3667 is 56. What is the minimum value? This 56 is the minimum, right? So you can display 56. So now this applies to uh, all the records here. So 544356. So 54 is the minimum value. So minimum of amount. So we are displaying the minimum amount values on particular country or particular product. Okay. So if you want to choose average, also can be done. So if you want to average, we can do. Just you want to count numbers. So it just displays the number of countries selling apples. So France and Canada sells apples. 1 plus 1 is 2. Okay. So banana, India and United States sells bananas. It displays 2 here. Canada alone sells bananas, so it displays 1 here. So it displays a number of countries that a particular product is. So it displays a number of countries which is selling a particular product. So Apple is sold by 2 countries, so that is displayed here. So this kind of summarization can be done using pivot tables. So any doubts in this pivot table? So anything you want to ask me again, or you want me to explain again? ஸோ முனி சுரூபன் உங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது டவுட்ஸ் இருக்கா? நீங்க லேட்டா வந்தீங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். பட் are you following up? Is it understandable for you both? Okay. I think yeah, we are done with pivot tables. So that's what I prepared for today. So anything you have any doubts for in the past weeks? So anything you want me to explain again, or else I'll move on to the next topic. Or you want me to explain pivot tables again? So let's move on to the next topic. We'll do something on dates today. We already covered dates, but again to recap, we'll do some dates examples. So let's say we have a date. display different date formats in Excel. So usually date displays as month, date, month, and year, right? So if you want to display using the numbers here, 1 October 2016 or something. So so something like this. So if you want to display October based on this information, based on this format, we can display the dates in a different format. Okay. So the shortcut to do so, let's say when you type it here, it will display as 126262. So if you want to display as this is a default display format for date. So if you want to change it, you have to press Control 1, then go with Control 1, and you can select different date formats here. So 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 it will display. It will date will be auto selected, and you can choose any of the formats that is displayed here, and you can see the sample also at the top. So click on 14th March 2020. Yeah. This is about date formatting. Similarly, different formats can be done for different text. Okay. So if it's a number, right? Let's say uh, let's say there is a number 23.1234. If you want to display instead of 23.1234, after dot there are 4 decimals. And if you want to display only 2 decimals, you can go to Control 1 and just click number, and you can choose 2 decimal places. So instead of 23.1234, it will display only 2 decimal places. So you can choose to select 3 decimal places or even 5. 5 will append the existing data with the zeros. So we'll choose to display 2 and click on OK. It will display only uh, 2 decimal places on a cell. Okay, but the actual number is 23.1234, but the display formatting, right? So it will the actual data is 1234 only, but it will display only 2 decimal points, because we have chose to display only 2 decimal points in the formatting cell option. Okay, in the format cells, right? When you press Control 1, it will display format cells, and in that we have chosen to display only 2 decimal places. So we have another some other day example. Okay, so we have again press Control 1, right? So again, so we can choose to do alignments also. So we can choose to align text to the left or right or anywhere. So left. So you can see the numbers strike or different formats using this format cell option. So press Control 1, and you can choose to display strike through of our data. So you can display 23.12 with a strike with a horizontal strike on the format cells option. So 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 this kind of formatting can be done. So if you want to fill the row, give an outline or give a background, so all this can be done using the format cells option. So this is general formatting. Give format cells. So so if you want to display currency, right? Let's say we have an example, right? So let's say we have a serial number, and so it could be price could be in dollars. So if you want to display dollars for this could be banana. display, so let's say we are in Singapore and we want to display data in dollars. So you can choose to select all the rows, press Control 1 and go to currency, and we can choose to display Singapore dollars here. GD, right? Yes, GD. Okay, SG, okay. So it will display SG 23.0.0 for all the. Click OK. It will display Singapore dollars $23. So SG 23. So this is a display format, but the actual data will be 23 only. But we can choose or we can format the cells to display in with an appending text. So some similar to these information, the actual data won't be different, but the way it displays will be different. So this is called what we call formatting. Okay. So then we can see accounting. So accounting we saw, right? Decimals. Yeah, currency also has the same option. So accounting also has the same option to display with to display information with the currency. So date format we saw how to choose. Time format also there's an option. So let's say this one, right? So we'll choose different format for this cell. Okay. So with the time, let's say we want to display it with time. See, it's 12 a.m. So the time was 00000. So it displays 12 a.m. instead of the current time. So this is percentage. So add percentage. So fraction. So yep. Yeah. Yeah. That's about formatting cells. So any doubts on formatting? How to format as particular cell? So any doubts in this? So we saw how to do decimal points, how to display dates and time, and also we saw how to add currency to any particular number. So yeah, that's all we saw. So any doubts on this? ஏதாவது புரிஞ்சா doubts இருந்தா கேளுங்க இப்பலாம். Okay. Okay. Hmm. Yeah. So this is one another type of formatting. So it's so we saw in control one, right? Using the shortcut control one. Instead of that, we can do formatting in this using this cell also. So go to home, insert. So now here we can display dates or percentage or fraction or anything. So these are our predefined formats, right? 23 April or 28 for short date. So we have different predefined formats for to display numbers. So we can use those things to easily apply those formats instead of going to our format cells control one. Instead of pressing control one and doing format cells, we can do it directly using this option here. So let's say if you have 123, right? 0.345. You can choose to share. Okay. So instead of it displays, instead of displaying 4 digits, it displays two decimal numbers alone. So the default. So instead of choosing from that, we can choose a default format or from here. So currency we have displayed. So currency it displays. So euro is a default currency, so it displays a currency here. So yep, yeah. So if you click more number formats, it will come to the same place, same format. It opens the same format cells window. What we discussed. So this window can be opened using Control 1 shortcut. Yep. So you have to press Control 1 to open this shortcut. So just we have 12 minutes more. I've covered whatever I prepared. So let's do a recap on whatever we discussed today. Okay. So we started with the charts today. So first we saw how to uh, first we saw how to create a simple chart with just a bar column chart, right? So we have some data and we have the number of computers sold each year, which number of computers, laptops, and monitors and printers sold on each year. So uh, to create an column chart, we have to select the data, click on this, go to insert, then click on column. Okay, column chart, click on this. You can see an chart, a new chart appeared here. Okay, so we'll push this thing down. Okay, so we don't need this down. And this is a new chart that's been created. So as we saw earlier, right? Uh, so we saw how to hide. We saw how to change the formats for those charts, and we saw how to select data. So if you don't want to display laptops or monitors, you can choose from here. If you don't want to display the year of 2013, we can choose it here. So now only the selected uh, products and their respective data has been selected. So we have skipped some years, and also we have skipped some products. So we chose this option from select data to do this. So if you want to display the data back, so you can check those things again and click OK. You can display all the information whichever we have created. And also we saw how to change the chart types. So we have different chart types like column, line, pie, and all those. So we have so many samples, and so this we here we can choose to select different chart types. And so let's create a 3D chart. Okay, click on OK. So now the display, it's a different type of 3D chart that's being displayed. So this is the option to select the chart type. Then we saw chart elements. So right, so primary, vertical. So horizontal is this one, and vertical is this one. So primary, vertical. So when you choose this, it displays the different axes for different charts. So if you want to choose different titles, um, we can choose chart title if you want to. So this is for the placement of the chart title. So now it's placed on the top. If you want centered overlay, so it will display in a different format. So it will overlay on the existing chart. And labels. So if you want to have the information, data on each bar, you can choose this option. So data table, if you want to display data table at the bottom with the legend keys, so when you choose this, you can see that the whole table here with the data. So So these kind of things can be done using uh, the charts. So quick layout is predefined layout for the chart. So you can choose anything you want, and we'll choose this one. So this is a predefined layout that can be displayed. And colors, so it will choose different colors for different products. So you can choose different colors here and click on OK. So that's it about basic about charts. So then we'll see how to do multiple charts on a multiple types of different. Different types of charts on a single chart area. Okay, so we have this data, and we'll create another chart using click insert. We'll base first you choose a in single 2D chart. Now you can see all the information. So now I want to convert this the site visitors to an line chart. So I click on here. I go to change chart type. I go to combo, and the site visitors, right? Instead of clustered column, we choose a line chart, and we choose secondary axis. If you choose secondary axis, you can see the numbers, the data, the range for the site visitors are displayed at the right side of the chart. So we'll choose this option, click on OK, and now you can see two different types of charts in a single chart area. So one with that bar chart, and one within the line chart. This is about charts here. So then what else we discuss? Okay, then we'll discuss about pivot charts, pivot tables, right? Pivot tables. So we created a default data set. It's a data set. Okay. Okay, this is our data set. So click all the rows, go to insert, pivot table. So the data is already selected. Click on OK. So now choose some pivot fields. Okay, so pivot table fields. So we'll choose a product, then we'll choose amount. Okay, and we'll choose also country. So now you can see the table with the different fields. Okay, so here we saw how to categorize the information. So now the default categorization of this data is sum of. So we have displayed the sum of total number of apples sold. So Canada and France together sells 3,723 apples. That means we are adding these two data with this. We are calculating the total number of apples sold with different types by all the countries. So total number of bananas sold by India and United States 4,410. So it's inclusive of 4,356 plus 54. So in case you want to display the maximum apples sold by the specific country, you can choose value settings. Go to max. Okay, so now you can see which country sells the maximum number of apples. So here France sells the maximum number of apples. So the maximum count of the apples sold is displayed here. So likewise, you can do a sorting on those fields. Okay, field, we can go to filter. Okay, we can go to sorting. So it is A to Z. So if you want to display by Z to A, you can see the sorting reversed based on the option we selected. And so then what else we saw? We saw filtering also, right? So filter data. Okay, so keep only selected items. So now orange, we right clicked on orange, and we said we keep only selected item. That means we have selected only orange. So now the other records are filtered, and we are displaying only oranges. So if you want to remove this filter, right click on this filter, keep only selected, clear filter from product. Okay, so now all the filters are removed from the uh, product row. So if you want to display 3 different types of products, right? Click on beans. So select all these 3. I think we choose okay. Broccoli, beans, banana. Okay. So now we have chose 3. Right click on it. Filter. Okay. Keep only selected item. That means we are going to keep only broccoli, beans, and banana. Click on these things. So now you can see only these 3 items are being displayed. Yeah. So this is about pivot tables we discussed today. Next we discuss about formatting for each cell. So how to format a particular cell. So this was the last discussion we had, right? So let's say we had 110, 2020, right? So press Control 1 to go to format cells option. And why don't I see this thing? Right? So Control 1 again. Okay, now so now you can see, go to numbers, you can display the date in different types of formats. Okay, so we'll choose 14th March 2012 and click. So now you can see 110/22, right? So instead of that, we click OK. It displays as 1 March 2020. Sorry, 1 October because 10, right? So it displays 01 October 2020. So, but the information inside will be always this one. And if you want, and we saw how to display the currency for each data. So and what else we saw? We saw about time formatting, we saw about accounts formatting, and so Control 1. So we saw all these. We saw alignments also, how to align. We saw how to, what are the, we can, I mean, these are all self-explanatory. So if you want to display a different font for a particular cell, we can use this option. Okay, so we have to select this cell and we can do it. Yep. Okay. Yeah, that's about formatting cells. Okay, so we are done for the day and we are done with the recap. So we'll wind up this session today. Thanks for attending. So any questions you have, you doubts or anything you have, you want to discuss anything?